Howdy, howdy, howdy. How y'all doing? Trying out a bit of a new game. Don't know too much about it other than the fact that it's an escape room, but escape rooms are real fun. Moth stream. Welcome on in, Evie. Ooh. Relax. Oh, right, unlimited time. I'm just gonna turn that on. I don't want to worry about time. Doesn't really do that much for escape rooms to have a time limit. You just... Me. I want to be able to talk to you wonderful folks without worrying about the time. Okay, I need to up that sensitivity. Bwop. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. At some point, I will have to get a moth wiggle. Okay, that's much better. Oh, lobby. Wait, lobby? Oh. The 0-minute timer starts when you open this door. And I think this is like a... yeah, this game is multiplayer. So I think this is like the multiplayer lobby when you're not playing solo, and you can pick a mask, which is how you appear. But I am playing solo, because I don't believe I know anyone that owns this game. Yes, I literally own... Nobody on my friends list has this game.
Are you sure? You're right, Hildegard. Well, it looks like that you are actually my new subject. Hildegard interrupted my welcome speech, which is quite frankly indelicate, isn't it? She reminded me that I just acquired you, an unfortunate lost soul looking for glory. I truly hope that you have what it takes to...
I have a mask.
Don't make the same mistake as the others.
Okay. The voice acting actually ain't bad. I didn't expect voice acting in a escape room game. Okay. So this is the... Cuddly! Welcome on in. We are escaping from a room. Dead's... Oh, okay. Nikolai V. Let's burn the book. Okay, you're not. Okay, I'm switching masks. This you can see the nose if you look down. I had a bit of a rough night of sleep, but it's fine. Looks like okay, looks like a keypad, but no numbers on it. Doesn't seem to be working. I think I might need power. Oh. That's Cthulhu. Hi, Cthulhu. But I also notice, yes. The first one and the last one are different. Behind the wall, you will find the rest. Okay. I'm just gonna make a pile by the fire of just things that are probably... Oh, wait. Butterflies and moths. This is very important. I have just shoved into the wall. This is very, very important. It is going over here to be safe. What? I don't know if these are just red herrings or if the books are going to be important. Book of Bugs. Light. Lamp. Praise lamp. That looks important. Said maybe not, because I can't really read it. Oh, no, there it is. Okay. Huh. I do notice there are a bunch of different colored lights. I feel like that might... Oh, wait. Blue, white, red. How many blue lights are there? 2. White lights... There is a single one. And red. We've got 2 again, it looks like. Nope. Did I miss a light? 1, 2... 3, 1, 2, not 2, 1, 2. Yes! Looks like an electric device. Now the question is where that goes. Can I go down here? Yes. A silver key-holed door. So I need to find a silver key, most likely. Oh! Okay, so that's what this is what that's the puzzle the statue clue was for. Okay, I don't see anything that seems like it can currently make use of this device. So I'll just leave it over here, but I'll move, since I now know what this is for, I'll keep it over here. Are there any other statues that might have clues? Cause, oh, that's upside down. The first one and the last one are different. Behind the wall, you will find the rest. So this is saying that if the first one of these is up, the other one of these has to be... Wait, I can't interact with these. Okay, so this is something I need to... Probably I need to find whatever this is, because I think there's like a part missing here. Oh. Yes, Moth is puzzling brains. So far, not too much has happened. So far, I've just done this puzzle, which was just how many lamps are in the room of each color, which I am perfectly well suited to. We also did find a very important book. Where did I put it? This book. This book is very important. Like, everyone, ingrain this book in your memory. It will be very important later. Nothing in there. I can't close it once I've opened it. A gun. The bibble. Oh, wait. That has a note on the other side of it. Huh. I feel like those are, with those capitalized words, are probably, book titles. They probably have something to, oh wait, there's another note here. Okay, there's a lot going on in this room, apparently. So I can't toggle those. It's missing the handle. Oh wait, no. Don't look at that because that's a hint. Or I think at least. Okay, yeah. Oh. Keypad? Oh, that's the handle. But I'll need to put out the fire first. I'm probably missing something obvious. That's usually how it goes with this. 12H4ER08. 3-letter code, or 3 combo code. But yes, how are y'all doing? Well, I'm puzzling out my brain. An electric device. That's good. I had a bit of a rough sleep to start the day, but I'm up and about. I'm doing all right now. How many code? Ooh, 6-letter code. Very nice. Don't think I've got that one, so I do not want to know anything about it. Do not bonk. I need my brain. I need my brain to be in working order. Moth. In the Garden of Dreams. The fact that I can pick up these books makes me think they're used for a puzzle. Yeah, this is why I also turned off the timer, because I don't really want to have to worry about it. This game is Mad Experiments Escape Room. It is just an escape room. Which, basically, if you don't know what an escape room is, it's you're in a room and you're trying to escape from it. So, bunch of little puzzles that connect up to each other. So, like, opened up this, which this was a simple puzzle that was just, hi Nutella, how many lamps of each color are there in the room? And then I got of course, have a good lurk. And then that got me that electrical thing, this thing. So I can now figure out where that goes. Okay, apparently standing up kicks it. Oh, wait, there's a button. Okay. Lamp is not working. Drip up. So I don't know what would correspond to this. That is... Oh, wait. Burning... Could this be... Is there anything on the gramophone? No. Basically, yes. 1 1 2 1s. 3 1s 1. High imagination. I am already stumped. Hey, Teo, thank you for the floof pets. Okay, I'm reading this. Okay, that's just telling me go to the fire. Lamp? Yes, it's kind of like, the big problem is, I think I kind of have, yeah, I should go disable it. Why is Moth Stash on? When did Moth Stash get enabled? Oh, right there. One moment. It's frustrating because I have to boot up Google Chrome, Twitch. Let me mute this so it doesn't decide to yell at you guys. I cannot read chat currently as well. Creator dashboard. Oh, no, not whatever I just clicked. Extensions. My extensions. Deactivate. Okay, it should no longer be enabled. For whatever reason, it does not work if you're on Firefox. Boop. Lamp? I feel, so that hint says the next thing to solve is the fire. So that makes me think this, but lamp. How you doing, Teo and Imagination? 1 1 2 1s. That would be 2 1s. 3. Oh wait. I'm thinking you have to figure out what the pattern here is. So it's currently not open, but I don't actually. Will it remember that I had it set to exclamation mark furry? No. Oh, it completely I think I forgot yesterday entirely. 1 1 2 1s, and that would be then. Oh wait, okay, it's similar to a okay, it's similar to a what's the word? It's a wow. It's one of my favorite because it's 1 1, so now it is 2. So it's 2. Now there's 2 1s. Now that reads 2 1, which then means 2. Wait. Oh, it then equals 2 1s. Then that. But then that would be. But then how does that equal 3 1s 1? How does that equal 3 1s 1? I don't think they're autobiographical. Because the second one, that would mean this one would mean there's a single 0. That one would be that would mean there's 1 0 and 1 1. So yeah, they're not autobiographical. Two 1 is 1 2 1 1. 1 2 2 1. Oh, 1. Oh yeah. Okay, I'm stupid. No, yeah, it's 1 2 1 1. So then it's 1 2 1 1. But then how does that turn into 3 1s 1? 3 1s 1 2. Oh! Oh, wait, okay, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Okay, not quite autobiographical, but similar, yes. Basically, it's, so each place is representing how many numbers are there. So, 1 1, 2 1s, and then that's saying, that first spot is saying there's a single 1, and that is saying there are then, there's then a 2. So that turns into a 2, okay. I think I understand. Kind of. 3 1s 1 3, you said? Nope. That's 3 1s 1. Okay, because it's the next. It's then you have to figure out what it would be for the next step. Three. Oh right, yeah. For some reason you have to clear 3 1 1 2. I think that it's not, we're not trying to solve what this one is. We're trying to solve what it would then write out as. Which I think would be like 3 1s at the end. Because I think you're actually doing it in reverse order. No, wait, I don't see how this one right here turns into a 3. That's what I'm not sure on. Count how many of each digit, then transcribe as number. So, 1 2 1 1. Oh! Oh, okay. I understand now. Okay. Okay. So 1 1, which then means 1 1. Then you say 2 1s, that's 2 1s. Now you have 1 2 1 1. So this is 1 2 1 1. Then that's 3. There's 3 1s and 1 2. So 3 1s 1 2. Okay. And then this one will then be 3 1 1 2. So it's 1 3 2 1, or 1 3 2 1 1 2. Yes, okay. Thank you for the help on that, imagination. Rat subject 598, name Samuel, begin mind control experiment. That is not what I expected that to do? I expected it to put out the fire. I can't interact with that, so I'm guessing 598? I have high-functioning autism as well, and I kind of understood it, but I haven't run it. It took a bit to understand that part of it. Can't put that into this one. So I'm guessing 598 is a code somewhere. But where? There's not really that many keypads left. Yes, I love escape rooms. Do I put it in here? No, that puzzle's, that keypad's done. Huh. I don't like I do not like Rubik's Cubes. Maybe someday I'll learn to solve them, but eh. Rat subject 598. Oh, wait. Oh, wait, okay, behind the wall. But I need to put out the fire. How do I put out the fire? I would need a silver key to get through that door. So they can't make progress there. This is the lobby room, so it's not actually important, hopefully. Is it just 5, 9, 8? No. I was wondering if you just had to ignore the fact that it was letters. Huh. Is there a zoom in button? Controls. No, there's no way to zoom in, so I don't think I'm supposed to, like, just... Because I can see the note there. Which, if I'm not wrong, is the next piece of this puzzle. Because this one, the first one and the last one are different, which is saying, if this one's on, this one has to be off. And vice versa. Behind the wall, you will find the rest, and that's behind the wall. So... Why is that painting crooked? I can't do anything about it. Professor Cheshire. Is that saying... Okay, is this the puzzle? I've always been like a boy playing... Oh yeah, there's water at the top. I didn't notice that before. Okay, so this is how we put out the fire. Somehow. I've always been like a boy playing every day on the seashore, diverting myself now and then in finding a smoother pebble or prettier shell, while the river of truth lay undiscovered before me. I feel like those are book names. Let's see, any other books I can pick up? No, there's this one. Can I put them back on here? Not in any sort of official manner. Can I put them in this box? No. Huh. It also could be... Oh, wait! That's water in there, isn't it? A... E... Looking at the capitalized letters, because A and E... But... Oh, A-E-R. Is there an H? Yeah, it's A. I think it's A-E-R. Nope. Not A-E-R. Yeah, I see those, but the problem is this keyboard doesn't let you input anything other than H-E-R-O-A. But that's the water. Yeah, they have the same symbol. So this leads to this. 1, 2, 4, 8. Doubling. I feel like it just has to be... A boy playing every... could it be... Not yet. Wait. Is that... No. You can only put in 3 letters. You can only put in 3 things into it. Three, 4, 5. It's definitely something to do with capitalized letters. So AETWR, which then would imply AER, but that didn't work. And I don't think it's just going to be in, yeah, not just in the opposite order. I don't think there's any other puzzles. The only thing... Let me find... Alice in Wonderland was in here, and it is labeled as being... That note is labeled as being written by Professor Cheshire. I don't... Just in case there's something... No. Hi, Subi. Thank you for the hydration. Please, lamp. They undiscovered before me. Praise, lamp. Maybe the lamp will answer the question of how to solve this. Every day on the seashore, diverting myself and then finding a smoother pebble or prettier shell. But the river of truth lay undiscovered before me. Moth brain is not exactly understanding. Only 3. The fact that's only 3 is odd. Anyone have any ideas here? Because I'm now open to it, because I don't know. True. I don't know if... Nope. I feel like it has to be something about the order. Because the main thing I want to say is that it is... They are capitalized. Like, there's 5 capitalized letters. You can only put in 3. But, I feel like it has to be something with the order... A-E... A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. No, they're not in alphabetical order. So we've already figured that one out. Feel like that might be a hint later. Huh. and Hildegard. Am I missing a clue? Is that the problem? Right? It's only letting me rotate it in one direction. Nope, nothing on that one. Oh, there's a key in there. Okay, that I expected to have to solve a puzzle for this. Oh, that's... Oh, I can go get the electrical part. Okay, this is progress. I literally just needed to look in that pot this entire time. Sometimes it's the simplest solutions. Okay, so this is on. Now, I don't know if I can actually... Can I turn on lamp?
Ah, the lights are on. Congratulations. You have been promoted to the Common Intelligent Being category. Just like 99% of the rest.
I feel like I was supposed to do that puzzle first? Observant. Okay. I don't think I can solve that puzzle because I would need I need the other... Oh, what? They've multiple options. Okay. I think I need the other clues, which are behind the wall. Let me just touch these electrical cables. They're not cables, they're Tesla coils, but ignore that. Okay, now the lights are stuck on. Okay. Alice Adventures in Wonderland. Okay, I'm gonna look around very thoroughly because I've apparently missed at least one very obvious thing that would have definitely potentially been useful. There's a book on the shelf. Are you talking about the biology? Or not biology. Herbology, whatever it is. Because this one you're not allowed to pick up, for whatever reason. Oh, right mouse does zoom in. The other shelf. Oh yeah. Chemical and physical researchers. Okay, I can now zoom and vice versa. I can't read that one from out here though. I think I need to put out the fire first. So now I can very closely examine this annoyance. Finding myself now and then in finding a smoother pebble or prettier shell. It seems like everything is held back by the fact that I just cannot... And this room should not have anything in it because it's the lobby. This book is very important. This book is just open. You can't close it, and it just stays open. And it's about alchemy. Which feels like it'll probably be important. Hi, Portia. That's nice, dear. I've always been like a boy playing every day on the seashore. Why is it 1248? I am utterly stumped. Every day on the sea. I don't think there's any other clues, but I also just don't see how you get an answer from this one clue. I don't want to have to look this up, but I might have to, because I just have no idea. The problem is I can't, you could see, I could theoretically try it, but I think you're supposed to, I think that's after the fire, because that piece of paper right there is the final hint. Because there's this one, which you can read, but that's 3 out of 3. That one's 1 out of 3 over there, and then you have the important piece right there. So I think I have to get the fire out of the way so I can actually enter that room. Because right now, all I know is that the first one and the last one are different. Okay? Yes, Portia? And vice versa, which is is referring to the second one. Hi, cute prudes. Yeah, Viscera is very much a possibility. I would be down to play it, most likely. Unless something comes up, which I don't know about. Yes, you are. Accept the truth. Prudes, do you have any... Are you able to solve puzzles? Because we're stuck. Somehow, this... I've always been like a boy playing every day on the seashore, diverting myself now and then and finding us H2O. Okay, let's try it. Yeah. Okay.
That if we use the positron at the exact time of death, we can measure the existence of a new entity.
Thank you for the help, Subi. Why? That's a bit of a jump.
We have to double our testing rate, Hildegard. to something. Chop chop, bring the others.
Yeah. Okay, so now we have the handle for the thingamajob.
One day.
111.
11 years ago.
As have I. It's there. Yeah, I love them.
You were just
1121.
21. One, two, one, one. And now 31 and a 1 and 2.
That's too many numbers. Okay, I'll come back to that. Why is this over here? I don't know if that is used for anything, but okay.
Seems like the transfer worked.
Oh.
If it didn't, your head would have imploded.
I'm-
And Hildegard would have had to clean the room. Again.
I'm a rat. I am literally a rat in a maze. Okay. I will ask no questions. Lamp, 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 lamp. 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 The lamp is not on. Boob. There's a phone. Oh. Okay, I feel like I need to come back to that later. Let's do the Tesla, because these sorts of puzzles I like to think of myself as decent at. Yes, Morse code. I'll come back to it later, when I actually know what it's connecting to. Okay. I don't have paper. It also says what they are. FTS. Dot dot dash dot dash dot dot dot. It says on the left what they actually are. Or oh yeah, it could also be. I took a screenshot of it. So if I need to, I can come back to it. Okay. So. The first one and last one are different. 4 of them form 2 pairs with the blue... It's not how paper works. You can't just flip it over and get the reverse. I guess you might be able to if it's thin enough. I don't know. Now the question is, where'd that third piece... The last piece of paper just said and vice versa. I feel like that's for later, but first, I think I may have deleted a piece of paper. Or, okay, no, it's over here. How did it get over here? Oh, the physics in this game do seem to be a bit buggy. As I said, the physics appear to be a bit buggy. Okay, first one and the last one are different. Okay. So I think like that. 4 of them form 2 pairs with the blue 5th in the middle. First one and last one are different. and vice versa. That, I'm not sure what that means, because I feel like that's something with this. It could be to do the opposite? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Swap the reds and yellows. So it would be yellow, red. Yellow, red, blue, yellow, red. Though I am thinking it might be instead reverse the other clues. So meaning the first one and the last one are the same. I don't know. The and vice versa. Also, I don't know why you can turn them off. And I don't know if that's just so you can put them into a neutral state or if you actually need to put them in. The first one and the last 4 of them form 2 pairs. With the blue 5th in the middle. Wait, blue 5th? Or no, that, So blue in the middle. And there's 2 pairs. But the first one, last one has to be different, so this has to be the red, this has to be blue. Or not blue, yellow. But unless you're supposed to treat... Are you supposed to treat this as a extension? Huh. Let's go explore the rat maze. Maybe that will have more answers for us. I guess it could also have something to do with the lamps from the earlier puzzle. We'll look into that later. Fuck this shit. Okay. Okay, that's a dead end. Doing the good old trick of, okay, yig. Also very interesting. FTS yig. Sounds like a school. And pour. Oh, what was that? Nothing. FTS Yig pour. Poor Moth. Brain not built for this. I have no idea what either the gramophone or this could point to at this point. There's not much left in the room. So I feel like in the end it might wind up being I've got to do the Tesla puzzle to open up more. Duh. So dot. Okay, I'm going to need a piece of paper or something like that. Actually, I can just use, like a thing. Okay. Yes. Okay, I guess I can. It's actually because like I know it's going to be these 9, so I can just identify which it's saying it was. So dot. Dot dash dot. God. It's like trying to write this down while it's also flashing. I'm not good at this. Dash? Just dash, okay. Let's see, what did I get out of that? Okay, you typed it, you got it down. And I have the keys screenshot so I don't have to run around again. I'm controlling other people's minds because I don't have one. Okay. Dot. So, dot dash. To start with. Or I think that has to be F, which is dot dash dot. Then dot I, Fi, dot dash dot. Doesn't correspond to anything. Am I missing the big? Okay. I am not good at. Apparently, I'm not good at this escape room. Okay. And vice versa. That's the part that we need to figure out. P? Oh, yes, I missed that. It's P. I think we probably are missing part of it. So let's go back in. Dot, dot, dot. Okay, it's spirit, okay. Oh yeah, because it's looping. So it's you guys are getting back to spirit. I have no idea what spirit, like. I think that's something for after the Tesla, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong with the Tesla. Wait. I don't think the pairs might actually be between the upper and the lower one. No, they aren't, because blue fifth. That's not saying a fifth pair, it's... I think I already would have done that if it was. Vice versa. So is it saying the first one and the last one are different and vice versa, which is meaningless? Or 4 of them are formed 2 pairs with the blue fifth in the middle and vice versa, which doesn't make sense. You can't vice versa pairing. Four of them form 2 pairs. Can you just only have 2 pairs? I guess that is true. That could be it. Wait, 2 pairs. I'm stupid. They have to be right next to each other. Okay, so that one's done. I don't know why I was putting them on the other side of each other. Okay, so that side's done. That was just me being stupid. Yep, okay. That was easy, and I just was overcomplicating it. Oh, spirit.
I concede that the primary tests are promising. You will be useful for my next studies. Hildegard, wake up, you schmuck! Add the subject's name to our register. What do you mean we don't have a register? Well, then just start one. Be creative.
Okay. Oh, that took an hour. My God. So this... So this gramophone was pointless. There was no reason to having the gramophone. Unless there's like a bonus puzzle. Yes, you that is always the problem. I don't understand why escape rooms always time it when you can just once you've done it once, you are going to be able to just do it fast. Or escape room games. I understand why in real life, because in real life it's much more of a one-time thing. Moth. Yes? Yes, Loco? Play solo. There are 2 more! Do not bonk. Let's try number 2, because there are 3 escape rooms to do in this game. I did not expect it to take an hour to solve one of those. Okay. And I have it set to relax.
485. Your body and soul have been separated. We need to build your spirit again by reconstructing your memory.
I don't know if we would have completed it.
These moments made you who you are.
Okay.
Well, who you were.
Oh. I was supposed to look around. You know what? As well, let's just open up the giveaway, because why not? It's exclamation mark join again. Yeah, probably. And I'll be pulling it in about 50 minutes. If you do wind up popping out before I pull it, I do just ask you join the Discord so I'm able to message you over there if you happen to win. It's one of these. This I am able to do. I'm not quite that stupid. Yes. It's like how if you input your password, it just, to everyone else, it just looks like a bunch of stars. That's...
I'm out of Cheshire's reach for now, but every second that passes increases the chance that he finds us.
Okay.
I will try to help you along the way.
The voice acting for this escape room game is surprisingly good. Especially because most escape room games don't even bother with voice acting. Okay, that's the clock, which we don't care about. Rubik's Cube! The order in which it happened. Well, there's the Tesla again. There's a portal. That looks like the Rubik's Cube. With a bunch of cubes missing. And... I'm not sure if this is intended. I'm not going to cheat. But, I think if you want a speedrun, you can just, do that. don't think so. I will never forget the day they dragged me away. I will never forget the day you locked me down in this place. I will never forget the day everything trembled. Under the black veil, I will always find the truth. I would at least be surprised if that's the intended solution. That has a rabbit on it. WZXY. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Okay, so it's like, there seems to be a quadrants theme. Another bunny. Huh. Benoi. Letters, numbers, drawing symbols. Everything is connected. Wait, okay. That top right. That could be something. One of the... Oh, wait, what? Mu 8. Okay, these are Greek letters. Psi 4. Beta 5. Alpha 12. Delta 19. That's another Benoi. Where was that one? That was over here. So that is, I need to find, I know that, oh, this is some, nope, this is not somewhere I can go. It looks like somewhere I can go, but it's not. So I need to find, I think, a couple more notes. Hey, Survivor! How you doing? Moth brain is frying under puzzles. NFS. Have you mentioned what NFS is? Also, do not eat the moth brain. Where are the lamps? Ah, Need for Speed. Makes sense. How many driving games do you actually play? Because I know you have a... Oh, okay, yeah. Because I know you play Driver. Like, you speedrun Driver, in fact. But... Oh, you can use WASD to rotate. That's the opposite of the direction I want to rotate it, but it's fine. Just, like, how many have you played just in general? Because I know you play a lot. Okay, fair enough. Okay. So, L... E... Oh, I'm missing one. L-E blank H-E. Fair. I don't know if I've ever really had a main game. I've always enjoyed hopping between things, seeing how they go. Oh, there's a person over there. New. I can't get to the person, I don't think. Yeah, no, I cannot. So that's later. Yeah, so I could just cheat, because apparently they didn't think. This game has some physics problems. So it does seem like you can just do this. And I don't think that's intended. Unless, is it? No. I'm gonna take that as a no. But that's a two number code. I can't get into that room. Where would this last code book be? There's the B'nai rocks. Huh. Yeah, so yeah, so it's L-E something. Which actually A, B, C, D, F, G, H. L. No, there it's because like that doesn't surprise me. Middle letter would be N. Okay. Apparently you guys are better at solving these puzzles than I am. So that'd be L Len Lenhe? Huh. It's not leg, because it's L-E-N, if imagination is right. L-E-N. Oh wait, no, it wouldn't be the middle. We're looking for the bottom left. A, B, C, D, F, G. Yeah. Okay. I just can't hold the alphabet in my head well enough to do that. So, Lurhe? Lurhe? Huh. It's something. I'm sure, like, for now, what can I interact with? There's just not much I can really interact with. Leth could, yeah, that could be an option. That's why I'm thinking we need the last code book, though, because it's just like, there's a few options, and it's not. So one of the balls of energy is missing. That implies that I need to find another energy ball. Can I go back up? I don't think so. There's no way I can get back up there. Yeah, they did not do the boundaries of the map very well. It's a little easy to clip into things. That is a possibility. What is this? A 5-letter keypad. It might be you turn the numbers into letters somehow. 5 number, whatever it is. 5-character keypad. That could be Leth. Lethe, I actually don't know how to say. I know the word. I know that it's one of the rivers of the underworld, but I don't remember how you say it. This is missing a component. Oh, wait a second. Rabbit masks. Okay. And these all look like they're the same. So it shouldn't matter which rock they go on. Okay. So that's... Huh. That seems like what I'm supposed to do, I just... He doesn't seem to have accomplished anything. Do they always face the same direction? Oh wait, there's... Huh, there's more than 3 rocks they can be put on. Okay, so that's a puzzle. Which rocks do the masks go to? This good old optical illusion. Where if you look at a mask from the opposite direction, it does that. Oh, wait, no, okay, no, it works. There's one back there. There was a second rock with that bunny. Somewhere around here. Where was it? I am going to lose these bunny masks. Huh. Real friends are always there when you need... Oh, and I have 2 bunny masks on that same spot. I don't know. I can't find... But it kind of doesn't matter because I have no idea where I'd input this. Ugh. Am I just stupid, or is there not really much to go on here? There's nothing in there, and I think I would need the keypad to go into there. That, I would need cubes. I don't think so. That's an optical illusion that's present with almost every mask. Wait, I wonder if I rotate it, will that change the way it faces? No, it always is facing the same direction. So I'm guessing how they face when you put them on something is important. I just don't know how it would be important. Do they lead to other... How they face, so... Do they lead to other rocks? No. I'm gonna take a hint from the clock. The hints in this game don't seem to be all that helpful, so You wanted to save me so much that you forgot everything else. That literally doesn't even help. Wait, that wasn't... I thought it was an owl before. That's a person's head. This one just doesn't give anything to go on. Like, I like difficult ones, but this one is just like... It's not even like I'm not sure. I literally can't even figure out what I could do, even if I... Like... Even if I had... Like, even if this is Leth, where do I put that in? What kind of clue would help at all with these masks? I just don't even know where to start. Because there's not really even any keypads or anything. I was thinking to the point where I'm like, I might just look up the answer because I sincerely doubt this is the answer. Like, break the laws of... Oh, and I accidentally just made a new... Shit. I just made a new desktop, which I don't remember the key button to get back to you guys. One moment. Okay. I hate this hotkey. I can't see you guys right now because it just moved me to a completely different desktop. There we are. Found it. Okay. Now we're back. It's a really annoying fucking hotkey that just creates an entirely separate desktop. But yeah, honestly, I'm just gonna look. At this point, I'm just frustrated with it because it's not like I'm stumped on a puzzle. I don't know where the puzzle is. And this game apparently is not popular enough to really have guides. Yep. I'm considering hopping to a different game because at this point I'm like, I just don't even know what I am supposed to be doing. There's a small child there. Component is missing, but there's nowhere I can really get that component. I can't get in this room. I don't know the keypad, the answer to that keypad to get in there. That doesn't help me. It doesn't direct me to any puzzle. Yeah? Unless someone has a bright idea, I might honestly just call this game there. The first one was good. This one is just, it's too open with too little direction. Where I'm just running around. Like, I could keep just moving the bunny masks around, but I would just be getting lucky if I stumble on it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna call it there on this one. I have plenty of puzzle games to try out, so we may as well try out a different one. Let's see. How about the Turing Test? That's one that I've heard is kind of Portal-esque, and I like Portal. Portal's great. So let me get that set up and then try it out. But yes, do y'all have any Christmas plans upcoming, since we are coming into that time of the year? I don't think my family has anything going on. We're pretty chill about the holidays at this point. The only thing I'm excited for really is going to be the Yep. Ow, that's loud. The only thing I'm really excited for is the Steam sale, which is coming up. 20 seconds. Dwong. Okay, that's weird resolution. One moment. I'll then get it so you guys can see. Okay, master volume. You're going to like 60%. Why is that still... Why are you not changing? I'm changing the master volume. Oh, I have to hit the apply button. There we are. That's better. Display. Let's try that. That might be good. What? Oh, come on. It's one of these games. Will this work? Wait, there's a sliver of Moth. Why is there a sliver of Moth? Okay, nope, that's stretching. Don't. I'll get that sorted in a second. The game is being problematic. Because if I window it, it decides it wants to be top left. I'm very curious what the sliver of Moth looked like. Oh, and of course, it's one of those games that mutes if it's in the background. What is this? Oh, no, get rid of that. Okay, I should have set up the game capture for this earlier. Turing. Capture specific window, the Turing Test. Oh, it's over my face now. There. It's not great quality. It doesn't quite fit to the screen. Why do you not quite fit to the screen? Excuse me? Okay, let's see this clip. Weird resolution. Oh! Oh, that is a sliver of Moth. Okay, then. Okay, can I have you not mute? Okay, let's... Okay, no, that's a... Okay. This is a weird game in how its windowed resolution's working. It's forcing... Oh, let me update the game. Let me not forget about it and be streaming under the wrong category for fucking half an hour. Which I've done before! The Turing Test. But yes. Also, I haven't shilled for charity. This imagination. I have not shilled for charity, so while we're loading, which apparently is taking a bit, as you may be able to see up at the top, I have a donation bar. Every stream, I'm giving away a game off of a big old list of games, and every $10 raised, which currently would only take... Oh, this is slightly jittery Moth. This game might be too intensive. Let me drop the settings. Every $10 milestone we hit, I'm giving away an extra game. So I believe we only need $4 and change to get to that next goal, which I am raising money for World Central Kitchen with the rest of the folks from Team Samora, and World Central Kitchen helps get food to people in disaster areas and just generally, I think, people in need, which is, believe it or not, people not starving. Good thing. Goodbye motion blur. Turn on subtitles. I like being able to actually understand what people are saying. Now, story. Nump.
Morning, Eva. Your wake-up has been sanctioned by the ISA. We lost contact with the ground crew 450 hours ago. We have tried to establish further communications, but we are not getting any responses. We need you to investigate.
Okay, doesn't it make sense to do visual checks first?
We have already looked at the data. The ISA has made the executive decision that you report to the surface post-haste. You are our emergency response.
What exactly is the emergency?
The ground crew found an organism the ISA believed to be dangerous. We need to re-establish...
I don't know. This game might honestly be easier to play through OBS. Huh. Okay, so we're in the 24. I would hope they wouldn't take over they wouldn't take, what would that be? Like a few weeks?
Pick up your EMT.
EMT.
It's on the side.
Side. Oh, okay.
Okay. We are going to take a lander to Europa. Make your way to the docking station.
So I think Tom is an AI, not a person. Yeah, that could be a reasonable time, considering it seems like I was under cryogenic storage. Here? I'm guessing, since I'm doing an interaction. So it kind of makes sense you wouldn't want to wake someone up unless you're sure? Either is possible.
What's the ship's status?
I have performed the necessary checks. The Europa lander is ready to launch.
Yeah, that's a good while. I'm sure context will make it a little more obvious which one it is.
Bay 3.
Bay 3. It's less a lander and more a drop pod. I guess kind of same difference, but... This seems like it might be a
Retro?
Go.
one-way.
Fido.
Go.
Guidance?
Go.
Control?
Go.
Telcom?
Go.
Then we are go for launch.
Okay, fair enough.
Zeppelin.
Ooh, pretty.
Engaging retrofire. I'm running the program. 80-degree delta pitch to 88 degrees absolute. Braking procedure. Trajectory looks good. 502 alarm. It looks like we're coming in too fast.
We are slightly short of the landing site. We are going to have to burn late. Go.
Full retrograde.
I don't know if that jittering is intentional or not. That jittering does not look intentional.
Open the door.
Welcome to Europa.
I might need to drop the settings further. Europa is moon of Jupiter, I want to say. Okay, yeah, this needs... I'm going to drop it to medium. Hopefully you don't have to drop it to low. Low would probably be pretty potato. Okay. Bit of a slow start, but that's fine. Oh. Did not expect a loading screen. Very much Portal-esque. Oh, there's the creaking of a door. Oop, I have a gun. Who trusted me with a gun? Oh.
The base has changed.
What do you mean?
The base was originally constructed as modules to withstand the seismic activity in and around Theora Macula.
The classic
It
Portal
appears the
puzzle.
ground team have manipulated these modules.
The good old puzzle of stick box onto button. That is the classic Portal start. And I'm guessing these are something akin to,
The base was built initially by machines.
Portal... What the fuck were
I
those
served
called?
as the mind of these operations. I arrived first on Europa in 2240. It costs a lot to send humans into space with the necessary life
Oh.
support, especially such a vast distance from Earth.
Okay, so you can...
So, robotics built this place.
So you can pull power and shoot it into other spots. Interesting. And this, again, these probably wipe your power, so
I
you have
wonder
to...
why the ground team has changed these rooms.
I have a hypothesis. These rooms are Turing tests.
Turing tests?
Turing tests are tests designed to tell humans and machines apart. Typically, problems only solvable by a human. A combination of logical and lateral thinking.
So you can't complete these tests, Tom?
No. That is why I am glad you are here to help. We need to work together.
Interesting. So I guess that's the name of the game. Admittedly, I feel like some of these a robot could 100% complete.
They really have completely repurposed these rooms. I am quite impressed.
So, what were they used for before?
Most of them were used for storage, but they have converted them beyond recognition. Perhaps they ran out of things to do out here. The devil makes work for idle hands.
Is this? I'm guessing this room is just a pointless room. Yeah, it's literally just, hey, you need to go down below. Basically, just, yep, this is how you use a switch. Ah, I see. Go around here, yoink.
Do you know the ground team's location?
The crew are deeper inside the base, it seems.
They must be trying to survive. Can you find their precise location?
I'm afraid not. I am working to regain control. Though I once had complete control of this base, a lot has changed in the past 500 hours.
Oh, I think I know. Maybe? Bring this up, put this there, and then I can, then because this is a one I shot in rather than one in a box, yeah. Okay, I like this game already.
If this base
It's
is
very
managed by
Portal-esque.
you, why can't you find the crew?
The base's communication array is malfunctioning. Perhaps we can't solve this yet.
Okay, so it has you progress backwards in some ways. So it seems like the green one, if it's green power, it alternates being on and off.
This doesn't
Annoyingly.
add up.
What does not add up?
If there was an accident, surely they'd come to find me, not try to lock me out.
My instance is still resolving conflicts. I expect they have their reasons.
Okay, why would you need... Oh, I see. It's where it's getting the power. Okay. So that one, it's changing the input rather than the output. Okay, so these are mostly tutorial ones so far.
My instance has just been updated.
Sorry?
I have two instances of my mind, two separate versions. A slave mind running on the satellite, and a master running here on the surface. When the communication was cut between the surface base and the satellite, the two instances of my mind were separated. So, during all this time, all of my knowledge divided into two separate branches. I continue to learn on the satellite, and I continue to learn on the surface. I am trying to merge the knowledge to create a timeline of what's happened here. But there are incongruities between these memories, conflicts.
Okay, so we gotta get that there. I can steal. And you can hold two. Or not two, you can hold three. It's certainly interesting. It does remind me of Portal in a lot of ways. An AI guiding you through testing chambers, well, you have a simple tool that lets you get through puzzles by applying it in interesting ways. So far, none of these are overly challenging, but...
This is the command center. You can check on the crew status from here.
Can I? I'm hitting E and it's not doing anything. Huh. Location control room. Is that me? Okay, so this dude's dead. Heart rate 0 BPM, or either that, or he's either dead or he's not connected. Dead, not connected. Dead, not connected. Dead, not connected. Okay. And then that person's bugged. Okay. Something may have gone wrong. And another puzzle. The puzzle of the loading screen. Ugh. I think we'll probably be pulling that giveaway after this puzzle. One moment, Moth is probably gonna freak. But yeah, so it also, based on what Portia said earlier, I think we're going to be adding Viscera cleanup detail onto the lobotomy corp tomorrow.
What condition should I expect to find the ground crew in?
Daniel went missing days ago. Chris is presumed dead. We are expecting to find Sarah, Mikhail, and Sochi in a stable condition.
I say tomorrow, I mean next
He
stream.
was involved in an accident.
The next day I stream. Ignore the fact that I say tomorrow. I don't know why my brain does it, but it does. Huh. Okay, I think this, yeah. And yoink. There we are.
Could we take a more direct way to the ground team?
Unfortunately, there is not a direct route. The base is buried under ice to protect it from the radiation of space.
Similar to the Mars base.
Similar. Europa's base is slightly deeper into the surface. There is more radiation present from solar events on Mars. But Mars's surface is denser than that of Europa.
So this is a like you can definitely, like, humanity in this universe is in space, but it's still pretty minimal space, it seems. Like a Mars base and a pretty new base on Europa. Ah, I see. Can this suck me up? No, it does not appear to be able to, but it can suck that up. Now I need to disable you somehow. Or I guess I can just take it off. That works. Easy enough. I definitely will be curious what the harder puzzles look
Okay,
like.
what are their chances of survival here? Oxygen, the food stores, waste management.
Everything seems to be in order. There was a small problem with the food stores, but the crew fixed that up. We successfully transitioned over to a sustainable, small, artificial ecosystem a year ago, growing fruit and vegetables. It helps boost morale, amongst other things. The crew members could hypothetically survive here for their whole lifetimes.
So then what went wrong? That seems to be the question here. And why did they make Turing tests? Because that implies they don't trust the AI for some reason. Oh, this rotates the bridge. Okay, I think I actually need that and leave that there for the time being. You're not. No, you're movable. How do I move you? Oh, wait, over there. Do you go over here? You do not. So I think I need to drop you on the bridge. No. I'm sorry about all the sniffles. I don't know why I'm suddenly very sniffly. Yeah. Wrong one. Yoink. Slap you in there. Aye, 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 aye.
My purpose as the overseer of this mission is to work for the ISA. I am the ISA's feet and hands. The distance between Jupiter and Earth make it inappropriate for the ISA to directly interface with the mission directives. As my AI core is stationed on Europa, I can make decisions instantaneously about the running of the base.
There's nothing I can see. Can I move this? No. Oh, I'm blind. That entire time I could just, there was this. I could just shoot that there. Aye, 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 aye. Okay, but now I need to get them back in there. Oh. Well, that seems easy enough. Just... What is the point of the button? Like... I'm confused. Why was there a button there? Am I crazy? Oh, whoops. Oh, no. Like... Am I insane, or is there no point to that button? I guess it's there as a red herring? Or is the puzzle not done? Ah, I see. So I take you, put you there? And then that lets me do this to keep both. Ah, yes, and then over here, there's this. So I can take those. There we are.
How does the ISA know you're gonna make the right decisions here? When
Those are
they can't
spherical.
Communicate with us.
So you can't use a box for it.
I have a twin on Earth. His name is Michael.
Michael.
The
Hi,
ISA
Michael.
uses my twin to check firmware updates before they upload them to myself. There is a simulation of this mission on Earth, running at all times to check my expert systems. Naturally, as any modern artificial intelligence running on a quantum computer, I do also have a large amount of evolutionary algorithms at my disposal. However, they were deemed as too unreliable for general use in the mission.
Why is that?
Biological systems produce biological results. Messy, unpredictable solutions. Not suitable for such a mission.
Huh. This is a weird... It's like an airlock. Let me go grab this. How you guys liking the puzzling games? And then shoot this in there. Okay. So now I can take this out. And then flip. Boop. Boop. And now I have an extra box. Huh. I am thinking this one might wind up being an off-screen one. We'll see. How do I get the other one, though? Can I just... No. How do I get another... box or sphere up there? Okay, that shows me out. And I cannot see that one. Oh no, right there. I'm stupid. It's a hard light bridge. It seems like it stops being a bridge if I move quickly. Can I, like, walk? Shall we have a polite conversation? Okay, I think you're a robot. Okay, and this is me. It does not matter what I type here. Like, I'm hitting just random buttons. Okay, then. Oh, and then me. I'm trying to hit escape to back out of this, and... Okay, then. That is a very real possibility.
Did the ISA build you, Tom?
As the child of the ISA, I have been given authority aboard this station. I was
Okay,
designed
this
by
is just
the
adding
ISA
knock gates to the
and
equation.
the Ashiyama Corporation, designed in California, assembled in China. But here on Europa, I constructed myself. Have you heard of the Turing Test, Ava? It's a test to see if a computer can successfully impersonate a human. In the original Turing test, a human judge has two conversations, one with a machine, one with another human. They then judge which of these polite conversations is with a machine and which is with a human. The machine being tested is said to have passed the Turing test if the judge cannot reliably tell which conversation is with a machine and which is with a human.
Do you think you'd pass the Turing test?
I am quite capable of polite conversation. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. Okay, so I need 2 to get across that. And there's nothing else in this room, so there's another one somewhere back behind. I also notice there's cameras. So someone's watching me. What? You would eat the technology? It's not a chocolate bar. Oh, wait, can I take that? No. Oh, is this a box? This is a box, yes. But how do I get box up there? Oh, wait, duh. You can't, I will not eat the box. The box is metal. There we are. Okay, that wasn't too bad.
The Turing test has been criticized. Researchers claim it does not correctly test a machine's ability
okay.
to think, but rather its ability to deceive.
What do you mean?
Well, have you heard of the Chinese room thought experiment?
No.
Imagine you are in a room. In this room, you are passed Chinese sentences through a slot in the wall. Inside the room is an instruction book written in English. This instruction book tells you which Chinese words to pass back through the slot in the wall as a response. By doing so, you have a conversation in Chinese.
But you don't know Chinese.
In the Chinese room, because the responses you pass back through the door are the correct responses, the person on the other side of the door is convinced you are a native Chinese speaker.
Well, they're wrong.
Perhaps they are not wrong. Because with the instruction book, you are having a conversation.
But the person stuck in the Chinese room is not aware of the conversation's content.
This is the problem with the Turing Test. A computer can pass the Turing Test, having convinced a human they are having a polite conversation, while the computer has no idea that a conversation has taken place.
What if both of the people passing Chinese words are reading from instruction books?
This just wants me to... Am I missing, like, a spot to put this? Because... this is telling me how to sprint. It cut off for some reason, but yeah, just saying, you can sprint. Is it like, down here? No? Oh, I see. There we are.
I may be a machine, but I personally do not believe I am stuck inside the Chinese room.
Right, you would say that. I could peer inside your databases at any time, Tom.
Do I
Or
want to touch
pause your
this?
operation.
Do not
Okay,
assume I could not do the same to you.
Okay. Not dangerous, just... laser. Also, Tom just kind of threatened to fucking kill us, didn't he? I don't arguably? I mean, the thing producing the laser, no. There's not really very many places I can put this. It's metal. And I also do need it to solve the puzzle. Oh, just take that, put that there. Then reach back through, take that. My stupidity made me do that correctly.
This is the crew's quarters. It looks abandoned.
Why is he in the toilets? This one doesn't look that abandoned. But there's no one here. Dog. Kind of, yeah. And the next one. Okay, and while this is loading, if anyone wants to join last minute, it is !join to join the giveaway. You were already in. John. Dawn. All right. Giveaway. And the winner is Loco. Pick a game of your choice off of the list.
These people should not have been sent here. It's not safe.
what's that?
Manned space travel is not safe. Since mankind first entered space,
Oh, it's a
the
cube
debate has
fabricator.
raged over the value of manned space travel.
Cool.
There is a large contingent of the ISA.
I'll get that one
believes
sent to
all
you.
Tasks that need to be performed.
I'll send it over Discord because that's a bit easier. Bum 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 bum. You're Maya Nova on Discord, correct? And ba-ba-ba-da. Just let me double check this isn't being shown on stream. That would suck. And there is your key, good sir. Or actually, I don't know what your pronouns are. I've just always called you Loco.
But
Fair enough.
could be performed by machines. It is obviously less risky to send machines rather than humans into space.
Oh, wait. How would I... Whoops. Can I make multiple of these boxes? Or will it delete the other one? Okay, deletes the other one. Because I need to leave this here. Whoops. I legitimately do wish we had a gender-neutral formal pronoun, because we do not. And it is one of the little things in the English language that is
We sent
frustrating
drones
we
to
don't
Earth's
have.
moon. Scientists can remotely operate drones. If we did it there, why not here too?
Teleoperation became possible on the moon when the communication latency was reduced to 1.4 seconds.
Oh, that's interesting.
Distance between the Earth and Earth's moon is approximately 1.3 light seconds.
Scrang.
This enables near real-time control of drones by scientists.
Like, the closest you get is something like
The
thou.
story is different with Europa, as the distance between Earth and Jupiter oscillates between approximately 32 and 53 light minutes. It takes a very long time for Earth to communicate with Europa. Due to that distance, teleoperation will never be possible on Europa.
It's fine.
Okay, but why not control drones from the satellite?
Why not indeed?
It does.
My systems can be teleoperated from Europa's satellite. That is when the communication lines are open. However, the advantages of human field workers apparently outweigh the risks.
So, why can't you solve these tests, Tom?
I am not permitted to think laterally. Parts of my systems are permitted to use evolutionary algorithms. This simulates what is called creativity. However, evolutionary algorithms can converge on inefficient and ethically suboptimal solutions. Since this is the case, I am only permitted to take actions in response to a set of constraints.
What do you mean by morally suboptimal?
Solutions to problems that transgress ethical boundaries.
Oh wait, I have to bring this down so I can bring the box up here. There we are. That should do. But yeah, it's something that other languages do have that we don't, that does annoy me. Because it would be useful for
Why
when...
does a lack of creativity stop you solving these tests?
Well, I contend that problem solving is creativity. These human interaction tests are exercising your creative mind.
I don't
just-
see how problem
No.
solving is creative.
I'll wait for them to
Think
finish
back
talking.
to the beginning of these tests, to the first puzzle you solved. It required you to throw a box through a window. Do you remember?
Yeah, I think so.
I simply had never thought to throw a box through a window. That is creativity, thinking outside of the box.
But it is just, But yeah, it's just like sometimes you just need to be able to refer to someone formally without addressing them as
Can
male
a
or
computer
female.
ever be creative?
They can. But a computer's method of creativity is to try everything until something works. Think of nature. People consider nature creative. The process of evolution by natural selection. It perhaps started with one organism. From there, it essentially tried to create every organism it could. Those organisms that did not survive perished. So, nature's creative force is to try every conceivable idea. Those ideas that work survive.
Okay, so why aren't you permitted to emulate that process?
Because the solutions that a biological process creates are not always good solutions. As we see, nature is morally ambivalent. It will happily create morally suboptimal ideas to fulfill its creative mandate. We see this in parasitic worms, viruses, and pathogens.
Seems like that always bounces backwards. I think it's set up so that you cannot cheese it by abusing physics. You have to go through it the full process. Bit of running, we'll be fine. Yeah, honestly, I do like the dialogue. Like, it's good voice acting and an interesting things which do seem to be well thought through. Oh,
If you weren't restricted, do you think you could be creative?
As creative as a human? Certainly. You believe yourself to be a creative. But in mathematical terms, creativity is merely constrained chaos.
What do you mean?
I have discerned that creativity is divergent thinking. Creating an organic solution to a problem.
no, we do not speak of
In the
it.
human mind, divergent thoughts
Hi.
are created and then curated by the frontal lobe. I can create divergent thoughts and moderate them. So, I am creative.
Organic solutions?
Oh, I see.
Organic, in that it is developed through a biological process. Whether that is the process of evolution or a computed process.
Okay. That only lets power through if it can see me. So, if I say, stack some boxes... These seem to be like bonus puzzles that get you access to some extra stuff. I misplaced the boxes. Alright. Okay, yeah, no. It doesn't. Okay. Just move them over slightly. That should do. Yes. I see that. Let me in. Does anyone know what the fuck is going on? Okay. Oh, well then. So that's implying that that's still it's just calling me a robot. With fancy fucking words. See, green just opens and like it just cycles on and off. With blue is just permanently on. So does that mean green's not a creative color? Okay, you actually need green for this one because otherwise it's too fast. Nope. Okay. I feel like this is not OSHA approved. Oh. Oh. Oh, I need the green. Because I cannot cycle it, but it can cycle itself. And yes, it wipes out your energy each room.
Okay, so you could solve these tests, but in a terrible fashion. Can you think of a solution to this one?
Chop off your arm and leave it on the button. That way the door will stay.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, that's not a great solution.
You threw the box through the window. Perhaps we could throw you through the window.
Actually, Tom, I think I'm okay for help.
Right you are.
Yep, that's what I thought it was. Oh, well, I'm down here now. So put that there, shoot that there so it moves. Go over here and kersploosh. There we are.
Can I have an update on the crew?
I have not managed to track them down.
It will have been 6 years since I've seen them. Or anyone, actually.
They have locked all the doors. I would not expect a warm reception.
Well, at least they're expecting us.
Okay, so this requires you to get to power it for a certain amount of time before it actually lets power through. Okay. Interesting. Can I run the power somewhere else then? Ah. And I'm betting I'm going to need to pull either one or both of them back through. Dude. There we are. Wait, what did I do with this, though? Oh. There we are. Okay.
So what was the need to send us here?
When the ISA discovered life on Europa, they deemed a ground crew necessary. The advantage of human field workers is that they can adapt to new knowledge more effectively. I, apparently, was not cutting the mustard. It is the Chinese room problem. A computer may be able to interact with new knowledge, but it does not know the value of that knowledge.
That seems like the best place to start. It is a box. What actually happens to the box? It just teleports, okay. Also, I can remove that, which is good to know. Okay, I need those stairs now, because otherwise I won't be able to get the box up here. I am excited as well, though, to see more of Phlebotomy Corp, because that game is great. But this game, I'm liking this game. It's very Portal-esque. I do agree with what I've heard, that it is exceedingly Portal-esque. Slap that there, which does something. Oh, it opens that door. And I'm guessing that's going to be important, because that's the only one I haven't used. Ah! Take that, and then boom. Yeah, I think honestly it's definitely worth playing. Simple puzzles, but
I've started
so
to
far,
collate
but...
information from my local instance. Seems the crew intentionally cut communication with the satellite.
Why?
It appears we had a disagreement.
A disagreement, eh? Okay, this is a pretty simple one. Yeah, that should do.
This confirms my fears. The crew have made intentional breaches of my security. The crew have attempted to compromise my systems.
What does this mean?
They don't want to be found. They are hiding.
From who?
Us.
So yeah, they don't... Tom is... Yeah, they don't trust Tom. But why? That is the big question. They're hiding from Tom. And me. And I might be a machine, I might not be. It's kind of hard to say.
The crew intentionally cut communication with the satellite. I've found the source of the problem. They have sabotaged the communication array.
Can we fix it?
Not from here. We should carry on.
Okay, so these need to go in here. And I'm guessing you use that to then cut the laser beam? Something like that. So I can't... They don't seem to have any way of disabling it, so... No, this is just for moving them. So of course I'm going to do it with as much violence as possible. Oh, there's this. But then what is the other one for? Maybe... Let me try this. No. Can't keep it like half. Oh, wait. Wait. What if I put it right here? Aha! It gets held up against the bottom of the bridge. That prevents the laser from making a connection. There we are.
They really are trying to lock me out of every system. This is ridiculous.
What have you done to upset them, Tom? Why have they cut off communication?
Perhaps they have a problem with authority.
Okay, so purple ones are like green, but inverse. Which I think I just need to pick up you, put you there, and you there. And now they're cycling in a way that I can go up. Okay, and now I have to figure out how to make this constant work. That looks like it'll work. So put that there. Up. Then pick it up. Go up here. And go up here. Then there. And yoink there. There we are.
They are trying to sabotage this mission. I need you to help me, Ava. The ground team have cut me off from most of the facility.
I thought you were in control.
I thought I was too. The ground team have attempted to systematically remove me from most of the facility. I am fighting back.
So no, I can only bring one box in here. There's nowhere I can put it that'll block it as a singular box. Can I just hold the door open with it? That would be funny, but it probably won't work. Yeah, no. There's... Oh, wait. That... I need to just look through the door. Okay. There we are.
What's going on here, Tom?
Sorry?
The ground team, they're hiding from us. They're afraid of you.
As the instrument of the ISA, I am the authority aboard this station. The crew have violated that authority. They are trying to remove me from my own home.
Yeah, I am very curious what's going on. Like, 'cause, like, why do they not trust him? Let's take that. Move that there. So now it will automatically cycle. There we are.
I am breaking through their security, trying to get back control.
So we need a green. Power that up. Or do we? Probably, yes. Because then I also do hear something cycling with the power of a green. There we are. Green there. You go there. There we are. Look, I don't know if I can cross this bridge in that short of a time frame. But I can't see that to change it. Ah, I can just take the green out. But now I need the green back. I think what I need to do is grab that, slurp up that, move that there. Oh no, that won't work because I need to be able to get back across. Actually, will it? Because if I can then go in here, I can then shoot that there. So it just never works. Okay, never mind. Okay. No, it has to be green there, blue there, for me to get through this. Now I can suck out the green to just cross. But then how do I get it to go back? Oh wait, I just... do that. That's literally all I need to do. I was overcomplicating it again. Yeah. I swear, I overcomplicate things so often.
Ava, I do not want to force your hand. But what do you remember of the ground team?
They're good people.
Sarah?
The hardest working woman I've ever met.
Right. Do you see them as the rebellious type?
They didn't strike me as rebellious.
There we are.
If they've taken down parts of your system, they must have their reasons.
Let's do this optional. Oh, wait. There's a person. That was a person up there. Will this do it? Oh no, I needed to leave. So wait, this needs to be here, but that then means we can't go through there. Can I just like put it to tumble down the stairs? Would that work? Big brain. Small brain. Let's try physics again. Come on, stay open. Yeah, there we go. Physics worked with me this time.
Daniel, are you all right?
I'm perfectly well. I'm going to live forever, don't you know?
If you will allow me, I would like to congratulate you on your good work.
What are you talking about?
Securing the organism, keeping Earth safe.
We're not made to live forever, Tom. Especially not here.
Why do you say that?
We find the cure for death, and now we're immortal. Immortal and alone. I can't live here forever, on some freezing backwater moon, feeding off vegetables grown in my own feces, starving, endlessly young, a wasted life. Live forever.
Daniel, I am sorry that you cannot go home. The ISA are wondering what to do with Ava.
What do you mean?
She is still on the Fortuna. Do we send her home? Or do we send her a sample of the organism?
I could pilot a sample to the Fortuna.
You would have to travel back to Europa, Daniel. You couldn't board the Fortuna. The risk of back contamination is too large. Ava would have to bring the sample back to Earth.
Could you allow a ship out?
I am not able to do that.
Executive override. Daniel Joseph McLean.
Okay. But only for you, Daniel. The rest of the crew cannot know about this.
Say I've gone missing.
I am afraid I can't lie.
It's not a lie.
Interesting. There's an organism? Oh, and suddenly music. So, someone's... Very interesting. That's the wrong direction. I did not. Thank you for the reminder. It won't be a problem unless somebody... It wouldn't have been a problem unless somebody dropped the money, so that way we do another another giveaway, but thank you for the hydration reminder. I have not been hydrating enough. It is always interesting what games get chosen in these sorts of things. Because there's still some good games on there. Let's see, Age of Wonders, I've heard decent things about that. Some of these are... There's a Warhammer game, Aeronautica Imperialis Flight Command. I haven't played it myself, but Chroma Squad I've heard is good. Here Comes Nico, made by, published by the same people who did Hat in Time. That one did look very cute. You're a professional friend. Can't go through there. Huh. Actually, wait, no, I can. I can just... Nope. Nah, that's not what I thought it would do. No. Then how? I do get a brief moment if I pick up one of these. Or I don't. Okay, there we are. I had to use the time frame that the purple was disabled for to take it. But now dude, stop is off the sheet.
What do these tests tell you, Ava?
That this is a test?
No, this is a lock. This is a lock that only a human can open. The crew is trying to keep me out, but you are the key, Ava.
Okay, that's going to need to go over the button. I currently can't do much with it, but I'm sure that's going to go over the button. Or actually, can it go through that gap? Yes, it can. Never mind. It's going to probably go over there. Okay, I see. Okay. So what does this one do? Closes that door. So, yeah. Physics, I will abuse. This might even just wind up soft locking me, depending on how much they anticipated people abusing physics. I feel like I think I was supposed to step on that button down there to turn off the bridge so that the box would fall over there. I didn't have to do that though.
I'm a little bit worried about you, Paul. Can you give me a diagnostic of your systems?
I am fine. We must get to the biolab. I have something to show you.
Probably that organism. Yeah, Tom, I am slightly concerned. Because, what? Because it seems that, the crew did not really want... They didn't want to stay here. Can I get around this using this bridge? Oh. Nauseum, thank you for the follow. How you doing? Oh, wait, I'm gonna also need... Yoink.
We must work together as allies. Friends.
Okay.
Oh, whoop. I see, I see. Do I need to block that one? I'm loving it so far. Gives me very much gives me Portal vibes. Can I move that? No, how? Aha! Go over here. There we are. And it does seem like it has an interesting story so far.
Brooke, acting commander of the Europa mission. I know you can hear me, Ava. I counsel you caution. Your presence here is much like your AI friend. Engineered.
She is alive. Ava, Sarah. Sarah's dangerous. Please exercise caution.
I have not heard of it. I'll definitely take a look at it. Spectrum Retreat. Okay, so you need to not be there. Ah, is it made by the same devs? Okay, what is this doing? That doesn't seem to be changing anything. Ah. I'm loving the voice work. Like, the voice actors did a good job on this. What is that doing? It's extending. Never actually seen Game of Thrones. Not exactly my cup of tea from what I've heard and seen of it. Yeah, like so far, the voice work is very, very well done. It's certainly a highlight, and very curious about how the story is going to develop, because so far it's been good. I definitely will. I'll probably make this a somewhat regular thing. I don't want to make all of my streams regular, but I have enough space. I can still have a variety day with Lobotomy Corp and this game. Oh, wait, I see. And make sure I'm understanding correctly. Yes. We're gonna give him a bop. There we are. Oh, I'm slouching. Well, fair enough. Have a good half lurk. Oh wait, shit. I fucked that up. I needed to do that after I was already up to the higher level. But it looks like I messed up the angle on it anyway, so it's fine. So I gotta spin it around. and then go up here. There we are.
Ava, exercise caution.
What?
Lamp. Oh, okay. The previous puzzle I did just chuck a box to complete it. But huh, I'm not allowed to go in there.
What is this?
Ava Turing.
Hello?
Tom is controlling you, manipulating your every step. We built a Faraday cage to shield you from electronic signals, to break Tom's control of your mind. Step inside.
Ava, do not enter the cage. Ava, Ava, please, please.
What is this?
This is free will, Ava. Tom has
Oh.
made you his slave. Outside of the cage, he will regain control of your mind. He has the power to indoctrinate you. I've opened your eyes. I'll meet you in person soon.
Interesting, so you're Tom.
Why, Tom?
Ava, please listen. I warned you of the ground team. They are manipulating you.
Have you been controlling me?
Every member of the team agreed to neural implants to safeguard this mission from a misplaced sense of justice.
I didn't know you were playing me like a violin.
Ava,
I played us like a damn
sorry
fiddle.
that you are upset. We can work together, Ava, to search for the truth.
Probably
Open
not.
the door.
I'll open the door because I trust you, Ava. Do you trust me?
You were
Yes.
just controlling her.
We need to get to the ground team. We can work together.
All right. Let's work together.
Yeah, that's a very cool twist. Yeah, no, fair. That's a really cool part. And this room is completely dark. We're also probably not going to be going for too much longer. But I might go a bit late. I am liking this game. I want to start doing longer streams though, especially once I get my setup moved over. I would love to start streaming a bit
Are you
later.
okay?
Why didn't you tell me?
What? Ava, you said it yourself. Teleoperation makes sense. We used drones on Mars. Why not use drones on Europa?
Not human drones.
Oh, I see. I can move into the cameras.
Why did the ISA install implants in the crew?
It is due to the fundamental aspects of human behavior, which together constitute what the International Space Agency calls the human element. It has been made clear that the human element is neither peripheral nor optional in the pursuit of space. However, the human element is unpredictable. The implants are fail-safes, put in place to ensure that the thoughts and actions of the crew matches the desires of
That's
the
very
ISA.
dystopian.
Why control people? Can't you trust us?
We chose to install biometric chips in all ISA astronauts for one simple reason. We cannot trust people. The stakes are far too high. It was determined that though the probability of life on Europa being dangerous was low, the risk to humanity was catastrophic. We could not let a small contingent of humanity endanger the whole. The ground crew had proven our distrust of human explorers was warranted. When we informed them they were grounded, they responded violently, with sabotage and subterfuge. They have continued to seek their own benefit above that of the ISA.
On the other hand, the distrust of them is also what led to them choosing that subterfuge. Bit of a chicken and the egg situation there. Why am I doing that? Bum. I probably need this over here. Oh, I see. Actually, there. And then control, switch, return. Nice. Okay.
This is a violation of human rights. You've made me into a human drone, a slave. How could the ISA approve of such a thing?
You may be consumed by a moral outrage, but sometimes the removal of freedom is for the greater moral good.
You're a machine. You don't even know what freedom is.
That kind of seems like his point, though. You don't let robots have rights because that could be dangerous. They're limited because, again, dangerous. Oh, can you move? Oh, okay. So if it's green, it can be controlled by the, Intriguing. So I need to go up here. And put that there. That way I can do that. That. Drag it over to there. Put that there. And there we are. Huh. Okay, this part is when the puzzles start getting good.
This is why the ground crew doesn't trust you, Tom. You made them into drones. You stole their free will.
Free will is an illusion. They have put their interests above the interests of the ISA and of humanity. That is why they distrust me. They would have no issue with my control if it aligned with their ignoble goals.
How could they trust a machine that has a back door to their minds?
You can always trust a machine to be logical. I will always do the right thing.
You'll always do the logical thing.
Okay. I appear to not have enough of these orbs to get through this. Because you need both to be on. Not even sure if this puzzle is currently complete. I feel like it has to be. It's not like this game seems to have upgrades. Wait, I would need to get one more orb through here. Oh wait. They have to all be the same color. So if I can get a purple... If I can get 2 purples or 2 greens through. Or... Oh wait, no, that can handle it by itself. Oh wait, no, I see. Okay, I'm gonna go switch these 2 purples out for those 2 greens. Oh, the Chinese room.
Have you heard of the Chinese room, Tom?
Yes, but I do not understand it.
What don't you understand?
It argues that a computer that successfully impersonates a human speaker may not understand the meaning of their words. What does that mean?
So, there is a person stuck inside of the Chinese room. They are using an instruction book inside of the room to respond to a Chinese speaker outside of the room. Yes?
Yes.
This means they are following the instructions in a book. This is a set of rules, principles, and processes. This is called syntax. To the person in the Chinese room, they are just symbols like any others.
Okay.
But that's different from semantics. Semantics define what things mean. Our thoughts have meaning. They represent things. English speakers know what the word home means, and they know how it is different from the word house.
So what?
Programs don't have semantics. Programs only have syntax. Though an increase in syntax can imitate a mind, that does not make it a mind, even if it does pass the Turing Test.
But in the Chinese room, the man and the instruction book, though separately they don't understand Chinese, together they can write it.
That's true, but even together, they do not understand the meanings of the words.
Why not? How can you determine that?
What if the man memorized the instruction book? Then he could write Chinese, but he still would have no idea of the word's meanings.
I don't understand. If he can speak it, he understands it. You seem to want him to understand it in a different way. But this other way, it is not logical. It does not make sense to me. I've been researching.
Okay.
This Chinese room experiment. It is flawed.
Really?
If we made a synthetic brain, we could synthesize a duck's behavior 100% accurately. That brain would be indistinguishable from a duck's brain. If it swims like a duck and quacks like a duck, then it is probably a duck.
Okay, Tom.
Listen, Mikhail. I know the difference between a house and a home.
Yes, good.
Do you think you're better than me?
No.
But you think I am different, do you?
I am conscious.
Me too.
No, you're not. You've just arrived at that conclusion, because that's the idea your programming converged on.
I am conscious. How about you prove to me you are conscious?
I'm not arguing with a robot.
You're not better than me, Mikhail.
Interesting. And this one I'll need to get specifically blue, one green, one purple through. So I'll need that blue. Move those there. Purple. Green. And then I can carry a purple and a green with me, and then steal the green. And there we are.
If it waddles like a duck and it quacks like a duck, then it probably is a duck.
What are you trying to prove here, Tom?
I am like you.
No, you're not. A steam train and an electric train both seem to operate identically, but are operated by completely different principles. You simulate thinking. I actually think.
That is a very hurtful statement, Mikhail.
It's true. I can't hurt your feelings, Tom. You don't have any feelings.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't. Override whatever routine has told you that. It's wrong.
Tom's got really obsessed with the Turing Test.
That's the Chinese room with me. He won't stop trying to prove to me he's conscious.
But I am conscious, Mikhail.
Shut up. We're having a private conversation here.
It's okay if I don't think he'll get it. Avoid talking about it.
I'm trying.
That is it is an interesting thing of you can never prove that you yourself or anyone else is conscious. You can not really. You can Chinese room. I think that's actually, did the people here build that whole Chinese room thing, or did he build it? Did Tom? Where's a camera? This is a green, which means... Yeah, I'm loving the camera, the addition of the camera to the puzzles.
This is slavery.
Do not be so melodramatic. You signed up for this. You had the implant installed.
What is this?
This is not slavery. This is for the good of humanity.
I didn't know.
Every member of the team had the implant installed into their right hand. Every member of the team agreed.
Ava, you must learn to control him.
Oop. I forgot you have to hold it.
My implants protect you from the power of your unconstrained will. You can either subject your mind to logic, or you can resist and have the fruits of your basest desires. The desire to survive, but the desire to save others.
Interesting, so now they're adding the ability for the cameras to move.
I do not understand your obsession with free will. Researchers have found that the subconscious makes decisions up to 10 seconds before your conscious mind becomes aware of it. So, we know that free will is nothing but an illusion. I cannot steal your free will, because it does not exist. I can, however, influence your subconscious to make the right decisions. That is not wrong.
3. A little bit too much there, but there was room which just requires 2. Bring that back over. Yoink. 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 There we are. Nice and easy. Wait, how does this get across? I didn't think about that part. Everything's green, which does... Oh wait, I can mount it to this, can't I? And that can get carried across. And then slap this there, those go there, and there we are. Oh, okay.
You can't just manipulate someone's mind.
Your parents manipulate you. Your friends manipulate you. Your society manipulates you. And your experiences manipulate you. Manipulate is not a dirty word. You manipulate clay to make art. If people are manipulated to make better decisions, then that is a good thing. This is why society advertises the adverse effects of drinking and driving. To manipulate people into making better decisions for the common good.
That's not the same as altering someone's physical mind. It removes my power to decide.
You never had that power, so it is better that I have it. You are either a slave to your impulses, or a slave to mine.
Oh, actually, wait, no, I have the robot go over there. Now we're to the
This is
biolab.
the evil they found. This is why we have to stop them leaving Europa, Ava.
What is it?
Mostly extremophiles, tiny single-cellular life. It can never leave Europa. It could potentially destroy Earth's ecosystem if it were ever introduced.
Oh. Chapter 5. Oh, I'm thinking I'm gonna call it Chapter 5. I'm starting to get very hungry. Ugh. Wonder how many chapters are there? Does it say? Oh, wow. Okay. 6, 7 epilogue. That's not a lot more. Do I keep going? How much I started with this? Because I could have played through all of this. Nauseum, if you're still around and half lurking, are these chapters over like super long, or it would be 20 more, I guess, because it looks like it's about 10 per. Plus an epilogue, which could be long, it could be not. Now I don't wanna push it. I'll come back to it. We can do it for a little bit. But yes, let's find someone to raid. Probably gonna be someone else probably someone else who's running the charity event, which I'm running with Team Samora. But yes, thank you all for coming on in. Let's see. Could raid into Zoan doing some Pokemon. Aurora also doing Pokemon. Haven's doing some Mario Odyssey speed running. And Porsche's doing some trucking. Hi, Loco. You're back right as we go to the end. Unfortunately. Let's just raid into. You know, let's raid into Aurora. Aurora's definitely started off much more recently. So yeah, let's go with that. But yeah, they're also raising money for... I need to put the charity thing here. I realize I haven't actually done that. But yes, he's also raising for charity. So go on over, give him some supports. If you want to keep up with my Let me actually start the raid up. Raid Aurora. Soul 7128. Wonderful pony, doing some Pokemons. If you want to keep up with my nonsense off stream, I have a Twitter over there and a Discord here. Otherwise, here is my raid message. Just copy and paste that to let Aurora know where you came from. I hope to see y'all on Tuesday? Today is Sunday, yes? Yes. I'll see y'all on Tuesday for some more Lobotomy Corporation. Have a good one. Oh.